Hold onto your boots because today we're diving headfirst into the grueling, the daunting, the downright insane world of military training. Do you think you have what it takes to survive the most intense, blood-pumping exercises known to man? Well, you're about to find out. But before we jump in, here's a shocking fact. Did you know that some military training exercises are so extreme they've been compared to torture methods, or that some have even resulted in deaths? Unbelievable, right? Stick with us till the end because I've saved the most insane for last. Now let's dive into the madness. US Navy SEALs Hell Week. Starting off is the infamous US Navy SEALs Hell Week. You've probably heard the stories, 5.5 days of continuous physical and mental torture, with a mere 4 hours of sleep total. From hypothermia-inducing surf torture to bone-crushing log PT, Hell Week pushes trainees to their absolute limits. It's a true test of human endurance, and you won't believe some of the stories that we have for you. You've probably heard of Hell Week from really inspirational people like David Goggins, who've talked about just how tough these drills really are. South Korea's U.D.T SEAL Icebreaking Drill. Next is South Korea's U.D.T SEAL Icebreaking Drill. This chilling training exercise forces trainees to shorts and dive into icy water. The catch? They need to break through the ice themselves before they can emerge from the other side. Pretty daunting stuff. China's Plummeting Eagle. Now we've got Plummeting Eagle, which is a part of China's Paratroop corps training. It's said that falling from the sky is easy, but doing so without a parachute, that's a different story. Soldiers have to leap from a 15-foot tower onto a slope, simulating an airdrop with no parachute. British SAS, Resistance to Interrogation. The British are not to be joked about. We've got some pretty ruthless training, specifically the SAS's Resistance to Interrogation training. Mock prisoners of war are subjected to hours of grueling psychological torment to prepare them for the eventuality of being captured, which is probably going to happen eventually, right?
Edward, look up, Edward. Name, rank and number, Edward. Name, rank and number!
Israeli Defense Forces Krav Maga. The Israeli Defense Forces have what's known as Krav Maga training, which is a hand-to-hand combat method that's not just your typical martial art. It's basically designed to cause maximum damage to opponents in minimal time, and the training can get incredibly brutal. French Foreign Legion Farm Combat School. Then we have the French Foreign Legion's Farm Combat School. Recruits are subjected to intense combat scenarios and survival skills in this grueling 4-month course, often too with live ammunition and real explosive charges. They're definitely not playing around here. Brazilian GRUMEC Jungle Warfare. Brazil's GRUMEC's jungle warfare training belongs to the GRUMEC, which is a special forces unit hailing all the way from the Brazilian Navy. Known for its harsh jungle warfare training, from navigating dangerous terrains to dealing with deadly wildlife, this training regimen is not for the faint of heart. Indian Marcos Hell's Week. Next up, we have the Indian Marcos version of Hell's Week. It's eerily similar to the US Navy SEALs, but takes place at high altitudes and often in complete utter darkness. Plus the death crawl exercise, where recruits crawl 1 kilometer through thigh-deep mud with a load of 25 kilograms on their backs, something most trainees absolutely dread. Norwegian Frogmen Winter Warfare Training. Next up on the roster is the Norwegian Frogmen's Winter Warfare Survival Training. Recruits have to endure some of the coldest climates on Earth here whilst learning survival and combat skills in extreme weather conditions. Frostbite is a real concern here, and they're not going to baby you throughout this, so you're going to have to watch your own back. Philippine Scout Rangers Survival Course. Then there's a Philippine Scout Rangers Survival Course, which is about as extreme as it gets. Recruits are stranded in the jungle for weeks on end, left to survive on the land, hunt for food, and even have to drink snake blood to stay alive. If you've ever seen I'm a Celebrity Get Me Out of Here, well, this is that in real life, and there's no leaving the show. Australian SASR Reinforcement Cycle. The Australian SASR's reinforcement cycle is an intense training period that lasts up to 21 months, and it pushes recruits to their physical and mental limits. The notorious Happy Wanderer phase is a test of navigation and endurance across vast, harsh terrains while carrying heavy loads. In the Swedish Kustjagarna demolition training, recruits must learn to use explosives underwater and even practice sabotaging ships. It's highly technical, it's dangerous, and it requires exceptional levels of skills and bravery. The preliminary one to round it up is the Wild Boar Charge of Pakistan's Special Services Group. In this grueling exercise, recruits must confront and wrestle a wild boar to the ground barehanded. It's a raw test of their strength and courage against a formidable adversary. Now, this is probably the moment you've all been waiting for, perhaps the craziest of military training exercises, and similar to one of the other ones which has been on this list, is Russia's SPETSNAZ bullet drill. Yep, you heard that right. Live rounds are fired at recruits to familiarize themselves with the battlefield. Talk about a nerve-wracking experience. You've literally just joined the military as a recruit and you're already getting shot at. This is to familiarize yourself with the battlefield. Let's just hope you don't get hurt. Well, there you have it, brave souls. We've scoured the globe and brought you face to face with the most harrowing, adrenaline-charged, and flat-out insane military training exercises known to humankind. And remember, it's not about glorifying the struggle, but about recognizing the grit, determination, and unyielding spirit of some of these soldiers' routines. As we wrap up this jaw-dropping journey, we want to hear from you, so which training exercises shocked you the most from this video? And is there any hardcore regimen you believe that I missed out? Let me know in the comments below. If this roller coaster ride of a video left you on the edge of your seat, don't forget to smash that like button, and if you're new here or haven't done it yet, hit the subscribe button and bell so you don't miss out on future journeys into the world of the extraordinary. Lastly, I'm going to challenge you to share this video with just one friend who you think could make it through at least one of these grueling exercises. I guarantee that it'll spark an unforgettable conversation. Thanks for watching, and if you want to keep the adventure alive, check out this one video next.